Hi there, I'm Katy for RustiKate DIY, and this time around I'm going to be showing you a shadow box project. And this one I got a wooden shadow box, this one right here, and I went ahead and painted it. I painted it with crackle. So first I actually painted the whole thing this color, which is a kind of flaming yellowish green. And then I did the crackle medium and went back over it and did red on the inside and the outer edge, and then a blue kind of dry brush technique on this edge right around here. And because of using the crackle and following the directions on the crackle container, it gave me this cool kind of speckled, crackled, aged look, right like that. So now what I'm going to do is I actually have a bunch of these. Go ahead and show you these. These are little river rocks that I collected on a trip. And I'm going to make kind of a Zen rock sculpture within my shadow box. So these are the supplies I'm going to be using, these as well as a hot glue gun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3 separate little kind of Zen stone piles. And once I get figured out the proportions that I want to do them at, then I'll use the hot glue gun to glue them together, and then I will glue them inside my shadow box. So I'm going to start out with these 3 as my base rocks, and I'm going to do them 3 different heights, my piles. It's just good to kind of pick your base ones, make sure you have the biggest ones on the bottom, the flattest ones on the bottom. Bring my glue gun over. My glue gun is really old. I'll just keep gluing and stacking the rocks until I get into the height that I want, and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's my little rock piles, and I actually tested them all out before to make sure they would actually balance for real before I glued them. I would have just left them stacked and balancing, except for if you bump the frame, it could kind of shake them and they could fall down. So I just went ahead and decided to glue them so I wouldn't have to set them back up after I hung it on the wall. But you can see how they're pretty cute little rock piles. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add them in to my frame. Just going to do a little demo here. Right like that. And then I will glue those in place. The glue gun works really well for this project. Typically they don't work great for rocks if there's going to be a lot of actual touching them or them getting bumped, but for a project like this, a glue gun will work really well. Okay, and I'm going to add a couple more rocks on top just to kind of make it a little bit more full. One more. There we go. Okay, gonna let that dry, and then I will slide the glass panel over the front. Kind of as a bonus, before I was hanging on the wall, I had one more idea, so I went ahead and I opened it back up and I added some artificial sushi grass in the background. And I kind of like that. You can choose to do it that way or be more simple and just leave the rocks. So you can see if I bring it closer, there's the artificial sushi grass, and as well as a dried flower that I stuck in there just to kind of make it a little bit more cute and add a little bit more texture. And here it is, a finished Zen Rock shadow box.